Today we will look at assistive technology for memory and organization. Max van Manen stated in the differentiated classroom that each student learns in a particular personal way. Teachers should be striving to create a learning environment that opens doors for students to actively engage in meaningful learning and support them as they do so. Differentiation, as we know, can take multiple forms: content, process, product, affect, or learning environment. Today we will view assistive technology to differentiate the process, or the way in which students make sense of their learning. Specifically, it will focus on students with cognitive impairment. These students may have reduced attention, lack of organization, and trouble learning and remembering new information. I'll be sharing a few types of technology which can support students with organization and study skills. According to the Universal Design for Learning, they emphasize facilitating management of information and resources. Universal Design for Learning recognizes that working memory can be limited for some learners and even more so for students with cognitive disabilities. These students may seem disorganized, forgetful, and unprepared, so they need scaffolds in order to learn successfully. One way to help students organize information is by using OneNote. OneNote gives students a way to take digital notes during a lesson, as you can see here. It looks like an outline with multiple tabs to organize different topics and content. Additionally, it allows for real-time collaboration, so multiple students can be adding to the note simultaneously. Let's take a quick view of what this looks like. So on here, this is, where's my button I'm looking for? This is one that I've created, just a sample student notebook here, and as you can see, you can click and add information. Visual learners will benefit from the ability to go here and go insert. They can insert pictures. If you're on a device, you can also do a drawing, as you saw in the image already. Auditory learners will benefit from the ability to record their audio as well. It saves automatically, so students don't have to worry about losing their work. It can be shared with others, so students will be able to collaborate on this as well. And let's see. So on here, this is the reading section of my notebook. So on my notebook, I also have a math section, and then within those you can create different pages. So the language arts has 3 pages, and the math has 2 pages, so it gives students a way to organize their ideas. Another type of organization tool for students is Evernote. Evernote is similar, except it has a simpler design. It's more like sticky notes, so students can take a picture of something or jot down a quick idea, and we'll take a quick look at that one as well. So on here, this is called Today's Goals, and if you click this tag button, you can see I've tagged it with projects, class, and work. If I ever want to search for notes by tag, I can click over here. That gives students a way to quickly organize and find their ideas. You can drag files here or just start typing as it says. So I can type in my notes, I can add bullets, there's links, files, insert from Google Drive, you can create tables. There's a way to add images. Here's the reminder, so if it's something I want to remind myself for later, I can set that up. That would be good for students who have difficulty with time management and remembering due dates for their assignments. You can also favorite it, so if it's something that's important, do that so that you can find it quickly later. That's another type of organizational technology. And again, that's collaborative as well. They can share with others and have students work on that together. And then lastly, the thing I want to talk about is study skills. This would be using Coggle. Universal Design for Learning also emphasizes the transfer and generalization of information. They recognize the need for students to generalize their learning to new contexts, including multiple representations in order to remember information and make connections. So Coggle really fits this standard because it allows students to collaboratively create and share these mind maps. They can create something like this that's colorful and beautiful, and it allows them to make connections between their ideas, continue their brainstorms, and it supports them, students who have difficulty remembering information, because they can just quickly go in and look at what they had created. So if I go in here, this is one that I've created, so it gives students a visual way to make connections between their ideas. They can add links, so I put a link in here for Google Classroom, so that would be great for students working on a research project. And if they're working collaboratively, again, they can send this. You can add people, invite people to work on this with you. It gives students a very easy way to find their ideas and click and drag just to move their ideas around here. So it's very simple for students to use and will help them to organize their brainstorms and their ideas. So in conclusion, assistive technology, when used effectively, has the potential to support students with cognitive impairments who have difficulty organizing ideas and remembering information. Simple and free websites like OneNote, Evernote, and Coggle can be utilized to reinforce students' learning. Students will take more control over their learning and will have the tools they need accessible on any device. And there are the references for this.